Welcome, everyone. I hope you kids are having a wonderful day. Today's program will be really fun. We will learn about fire safety, how to cross the street safely, and learn basics in American Sign Language. But first, I want to introduce you to my sister, Trixie.
Hi, kids. I'm Trixie. Today, our first lesson will be on fire safety. We will go to a real fire department and talk to a real fireman.
Hey, Davey. Thanks for having me on the show. This is a great day. We're going to talk about some fire safety today, kids. And we are going to have a great time. So, today what we're going to focus on this year is 3 things. Look, listen, and learn. So, first of all, when you look around your house, if you by chance smell some fire, look around, see what you see. And next thing that you're going to do is listen. If you hear a smoke alarm going off, that's when your next part is the most important part always to follow. This is the learn part. You want to make sure that you have an escape plan in your home. Now think to yourself, how many ways out do you want to have in your house at any given point? And if you're thinking 2, you're right on. You always want to have 2 ways out. You can have one of them be in a window. The other one should be your door. Always pick the door first. And before you open a door, what should we always check to see if it's warm? That's the doorknob, kids. We want to check that doorknob before we open it. If it's hot, don't open it. We want to stay inside that room. Hey, again, Davies, thanks for all the time, and thanks for having us on this show and helping these kids out.
Thank you so much for that information. We don't want to get hurt with fire. With the next lesson, we want to make sure you cross the street and do it safely. The best person to teach this is a real crossing guard.
Thanks, Davey, for allowing me to be on the show today. Today I want to talk to you about crosswalk safety. So when you come up to a crosswalk, you want to make sure that there's someone dressed similarly like me to walk you safely across the street. You want to make sure you stop right at the edge of the road and wait for the cross guard to walk out into the middle of the road with her sign raised and stop the traffic in both directions. When you cross, you still want to make sure that you check both directions just in case. If you're riding a bike, a scooter, or on skates, you'll want to make sure you get off of it so that you can walk safely across the road, because it's not good with crowds to have skates on.
I am so happy that we have hard-working crossing guards helping us make it across the street safely. Now, on to our final lesson today. I want to introduce you to our last guest. His name is Stephen, and he is going to teach us the alphabet in American Sign Language.
Hello, my name is Stephen. Today, I will teach you your ABCs. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Davey's Playground. Remember, these lessons to help you make it through the day. Join us next time.
Have a nice day!
Hello, kids.
My name is Edmund the Pirate. This is gonna be one of those shows to go all over the world to find adventures, treasure, and knowledge. So, at this time, I'm gonna open the magic treasure map, and we're gonna go search for a new location for you guys to learn something. Arr! Here we go. So, kids, we have now reached the magic X on the treasure map, and this is where we're going to see and learn about what a greenhouse is. So follow me. So, kids, we are now at this wonderful greenhouse, and I want to meet a wonderful person named Joe. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing very well. It's good to have you here today.
Thank you. How about you tell us about this wonderful place for the kids?
This is a wonderful place because this is a greenhouse. And in a greenhouse, you can grow all sorts of plants that you can't grow outside. It gives you a great opportunity to start plants and to get them to where you can take them outside and have them do what you want in the landscape. And in this part of the greenhouse, we start our little seeds. And so we take a tiny seed and we put it in a tray like this. See, Captain? Isn't that kind of fun?
Wonderful.
And you use this tool and you get the soil, and then you lay the seeds in the little furrow, and then you put it on these benches which have heat at the bottom to start the little seed to make it feel at home. And you have a misting device that provides the right amount of water so that it thinks it's time to grow. And then the little seeds will grow. In a little while, we'll show you some larger plants that we've grown from seed. In this part of the greenhouse, Captain, we also can take large plants and we can cut them off and put various hormones on them and get them to develop their own roots so they can become a plant by themselves. And I think if we pull this up, you can see those roots that have grown. Isn't that neat? That way you get a brand new plant out of nothing.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Captain.
Do we see some of these?
Yes, but they don't have any roots because they're not working. So you see these have all died. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This one's working, it's doing it rather slowly.
Wonderful. Is there more that we can see?
Yes, there's lots more than this greenhouse.
All right, well, let's go, kids. Follow us. All right, kids, we're now in the second room now. Joe, tell us what this beautiful room is all about.
In our greenhouse, we talked about growing baby plants from seeds, and we talked about propagating them from cuttings. Most of the plants in this room were grown from the baby seeds, and they're now to a stage that you can put them outside to grow your flower gardens. And that's what these here are. Can you believe that each one of these little plants and each one of these cells came from a seed, a single seed? They're so beautiful. Aren't they gorgeous?
Can you tell us the name of one of these flowers?
This is a marigold here. It's a yellow marigold. These were taken from the cuttings, okay? And so they were taken as a piece of a previous plant and then gone through the process in the other room, and you get a plant that's ready to go outside and do its own. Aren't they beautiful? This is a geranium. You notice our
So
tag
kids,
here.
this name of the flower is a geranium.
Now, each of these plants for the scientists has a Latin name, and this is a Pelargonium hortorum, and it's the Wilhelm Languth variety. Good luck with that. It gets very serious sometimes, but as home gardeners, we don't have to be that serious. We can just have fun.
Right, is there another room that we can go to?
Yes, we have some others that
Well,
you'll
let's
really
head
love.
that way. So kids, this is gonna be our last room of this beautiful green room. Man, it's like an island itself here. Come on over here, Joe.
Hello, Captain.
Tell us about this beautiful place.
This is one of our bigger rooms in the greenhouse, and the entire thing is built to kind of resemble a rainforest. And so you get tropical conditions in here. It's very warm, it's very pleasant. Plants love it. You can see they grow to enormous size. And we can have plants from all over the world in here that would not ever grow in the state of Utah. So it's really kind of a neat room.
Wonderful. What's some of the names of these plants?
We have, this is a fig here. It's a variegated fig, quite beautiful. We have the very big leafed palm types. This is a bromelae. Would be found in the rainforest. It catches the water, and you see the water down in the cups on these. It's kind of fun. They have a beautiful blossom when they grow up. They affectionately call this one a corn plant.
Beautiful. Well, I want to thank our wonderful host, Joe, for showing this beautiful greenhouse.
Captain, one more thing real quick. Can you see this one? This is a Sansevieria. It is affectionately called in the world mother-in-law's tongue.
And when you get older, you'll understand what that means. So, with that, folks, we're going to call it quits here at the green room and head to one more spot for you guys. So, hold on to your hats. Arr! So, kids, this has been a wonderful adventure. Now, let's go listen to the message from the bottle. The message for the day is energy conservation in your home. So what you want to do is make sure that when you leave the room and there's a light on, please turn it off so you can save energy. And then for water conservation, you want to turn off the water when you're brushing your teeth to save on water. And there you go, little pirates. Now go out and do it yourself. Arr!
Hi, thank you guys for coming to Dragon's Keep. We're happy to be on the Smokie show. Come on out, Smokie. All right. Are you ready for the tour? Here's a tour. Okay. So the first part of the store is the board games. If you want to come on back with me, we have all sorts of different kinds of board games. We have Ticket to Ride. We have family games like Settlers of Catan, kids games, whatever the heck this is. Have you played this game before? No, okay. Storytelling games, fantasy games. One of our best-selling is Potion Explosion. It's actually a really good game with like cards and stuff. Then over here we have our space and sci-fi games. If you want to take a look at these, and then like our conquest and area control, like Risk, Small World, and other games like that. So this is the front of the store. A really cool thing about Dragon's Keep, as opposed to some of the other game stores around here, is that we have board games that, if you look to your left, we have board games that you can play for free. You just come into the store and you play the games for free. So, if you follow me this way, we can go to the RPG / miniatures side of the store. So, as we pass, you're going to see here to your left that we have a bunch of card game sleeves. Have you ever heard of the game Magic the Gathering, Smokie? Yeah, it's one of our biggest games. We have a ton of events here at Dragon's Keep, like Commander Night, Draft, and like our standard events of the latest sets. So you can sleeve all your cards. We also have a Keyforge. It's one of our biggest games. It's a pretty good game because every single deck is unique and you can't change the decks. So everybody is on an even playing field, which is super nice. And also our Dragon Shield right here. They're our highest, right up here. Yeah, our Dragon Shields are the like the nicest card sleeves you can get. All right, so over here, this is the Warhammer section, or Games Workshop. So Warhammer is a game where you take little miniatures and then you move them around and they fight each other. There's like Warhammer 40K, which is right here. There's Warhammer Age of Sigmar. So 40K is like sci-fi. Age of Sigmar is more like medieval type games. I play Age of Sigmar. My manager plays all of Warhammer. And then if you can actually see, we have a really good paint selection right there. And you can get pretty much any paint that you might need for painting your miniatures. So over here, this is probably one of our biggest, most popular sections of Dragon's Keep, is our Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons is one of the most, it's been increasingly more popular with 5th edition and shows like Stranger Things and Critical Role, which is a podcast of Dungeons and Dragons. Just to get started in Dungeons and Dragons, all you need is a player's handbook. Everything else is supplementary. You can get miniatures, you can get more miniatures, you can get other books that have stories in them. And if you, later in the tour, I'll show you where our dice are. And then there's also like Waterdeep, which is a big game that D&D has created. And then all of these other games like Star Wars, Pathfinder, these are all other RPG type games that you can also play. Alright, so if you come over here, you can see this really cool display cabinet. This has a bunch of statues inside of it. I'm pretty sure Smokie would love some of these statues, especially the Iron Man one, right? Yeah. So, just give you a second to look at all of the cool sculptures and stuff, and then we'll get moving on. So, we actually have multiple ways of pricing our cards. These are our magic singles that you can purchase. They're from $3 to $10. Over here, these are our magic commons and uncommons. These are also singles. And you can see, you pull out and then you can just rifle through and you can like look at the different cards. And then over here, you can see that these are our more expensive cards. These are the cards that are from 10 plus. So like this card right here is a $200 card, and it just depends on the price of the card. These are just our more protected cards. And then if you come over here with me, this is our dice case. You can just ask me for dice. You can roll the dice. You can also buy single dice for only $150 each. And then you can ask me or another employee to look at the dice. Alright, so this is an entire another section of the store, completely different. Oh. This is an entire another section of the store. It's completely different from any of our other parts of the store. These are the comic books. So have you ever seen the Marvel movies? What's your favorite? Did you see the latest Captain Marvel? What'd you think? Was it good? Okay, I agree. But are you excited for Infinity War? Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So all of the movies in Marvel were based off of the comics, which is commonly known. So if you look over here to the left, if you want to come over here, Smokie, these are our comic books. So you can purchase comics in two different ways. You can either purchase them by the issue or by the trade paperback. So issues, they come out weekly or monthly or bi-weekly. It just depends on the issue. And then when they finish a series, they'll come out with a trade paperback, which is an entire story in one book. I know some people that prefer TPs. I prefer issues myself because I like having stuff to read at night. And then I'll just put this back wherever, this way right here. Alright, so over here we have our comic book toys, which are super cool. Looks like Smokie really likes Harley Quinn. I'm more of an Iron Man fan myself. I like Marvel better. But I mean, it just depends on the person. These are all of our backstock comics. So these are not organized. Backstock comics are generally around $3 to $5 depending on the comic. I'm working on organizing them right now. They're going to be in the somewhat near future. They're going to be organized by publisher alphabetically. Or do you want to go look at the array of trade paperbacks? Yeah, let's go. Alright, so our trade paperbacks, this is our entire array of trade paperbacks. So you can purchase a trade paperback and get an entire story like a book. So we have Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Image, IDW. All of them have trade paperbacks. Those are our 4 main publishers. So, do you guys want to go see the dungeon room? Yeah, let's go see the dungeon room. The dungeon room is one of our key features here at the Dragon's Keep. It's where we keep the dragons. Just kidding. But that's actually where we keep where people go and play Dungeons and Dragons. So if you come downstairs, so alright, so this is our tabletop mini gaming area. So people can play games like Warhammer. They can play games like there's a group in there playing Dungeons and Dragons right now. We're actually going to start a game of Dungeons and Dragons once we get finished up here.
Ouch!
And then this is the dungeon room. Let's go on inside and see what it looks like on the inside.
And then we got.
Come on in. Come on in. What do you think, Smokie? Do you think this is cool? Yeah. So this is our dungeon room. You can rent the dungeon room for $15. Just it's a flat fee, and you can play Dungeons and Dragons in here as long as you would like. So yeah, this is Dragon's Keep. Thank you guys for coming. Bye.
Thanks so much for watching the show today. To help us out, please subscribe.
And make sure you click the bell so you'll receive notifications when we have a new show up.
Yes, so please have a nice day.